So it's been quite a minute since we talked about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Characters. This video is purely about characters. So we're gonna go over the revealed characters, implied characters, characters that might not even be in the game. We're gonna fill these slots, a secret unlock character. We're gonna go over all of it, man. And the hardest part about waiting for games like this is the reveal of characters. And this is what makes the Sparking Zero roster so damn brutal. You can make an argument for at least 80 to 85% of the characters in this series, but like I said, everyone's not going to make the cut. That is just the unfortunate reality. There's definitely still some hope for the year 1 DLC, but like I said, even that is not even guaranteed. 164 characters does seem like a lot, but with the popular characters in this series taking up the majority of the slots, yeah, these spaces can get limited pretty quickly. And this is just based on a rough estimate of 22 to 36 characters not being revealed. So the numbers today will fall right in between that range. But before we do that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more anime videos. Now, the latest 10 characters that have been revealed is Goku Ultra Instinct, Super Vegito, Yajirobe, Dabura, Sopovich, Goku Black, Future Trunks, Ribrine, Rosie, and Laza. Dabura actually makes sense in the roster, but I do think Babidi is highly unlikely. I just personally do not see it happening. With the additional reveals of Sopovich and Majin Buu earlier, we can actually go ahead and fill in another roster spot. Well, actually, we can go ahead and fill up to 3. I think Kid Buu is a lock. I think Super Buu is a lock. Now, deciding the last Majin Buu form is not really as tough as we think it is. We can actually just go ahead and paint in Ultimate Buu because that is the stronger version of it, totaling the most of the Majin Buu slots to 5. I do think Cell would get 2 additional slots, his first and his second form, all the way up to his already confirmed perfect form. Jace and Berta have already been confirmed, so we can obviously just paint in the rest of the Ginyu Force. And this is where things actually get really interesting with Frieza. Frieza could possibly take up 3 additional slots, with Golden Frieza being confirmed and Super Frieza being confirmed, so you might as well just paint in his base form, second form, and third form, since they are kind of separate entities in itself and they do scale up in power. We can actually go ahead and put 3 more slots in for Dotodoya in both of Zarbon's forms because he does have a second transformation. Wrapping up DBZ with the androids, since 17 and 18 are confirmed, you might as well paint in 16, along with Android 19 and Dr. Gero. I also want to initially throw in the Cyberman and Cell Jr. because it kind of does make sense, with Cell Jr. being more likely and Cyberman not so much. Now, this is kind of the part of the roster video where things can get really toxic really quickly, because I'm not gonna lie, depending on who they are adding into this character is either gonna make people really happy or really pissed off. But truly, we might as well get the turnover of power out of the way as well, and I do not think it's gonna take up as many roster spots as I think it will. Bergamo will be the only one representing Universe 9 because Universe 9 is not as significant. I do know that he is already in a confirmed character, but I'm just trying to reiterate and make sure that I'm remembering. Toppo will have an additional slot due to his second transformation, and with them confirming 3 additional slots from Universe 2, we can actually go ahead and just slide in more spots from Universe 6, because personally I think this makes the most sense to add more slots for the tournament power for Universe 6, with that being 4 additional slots for Frost, Botamo, Kaba, and Polina. And I think we should be set on the tournament of power slots. For the original Dragon Ball series, we can actually make room for 4 additional slots. Ones that make the most sense for me is original Kid Goku, Mercenary Tao, Android 8, believe it or not, and King Demon Piccolo. And yeah, as I said earlier in the video, Dragon Ball GT is not necessarily going to get as much love, so I'm actually going to go ahead and give it 4 slots. It could honestly be as low as 2 slots if we're being completely honest, but I really do think 4 is generous, and I do think GT does deserve some love. SS4 Gogeta is quite obvious, SS4 Goku, SS4 Vegeta, Mach U. I am quite confident with SS4 Goku and SS4 Gogeta, but I am not as confident as with Maj Oob and SS4 Vegeta, but I do think that this is necessarily accurate if they are going to go the GT route. Hell, it might even be as high as maybe Gogeta, maybe SS4 Gogeta, and maybe SS4 Goku. Maybe that's all they're going to do with GT. Now, earlier in the video, I did say that one particular slot is important with the androids, and we're actually going to go into that right now. They have also already stated that the additional character slot or the secret character slot is someone that has not been seen in a Budokai Tenkaichi game. So did they just confirm SS4 Gogeta in this statement? Who knows, but we're just gonna have to find out. But I do think that the additional secret playable character will be Android 21, and here's why. She already has our own original storyline in Dragon Ball FighterZ, and it's actually an original character that was actually constructed by Akira Toriyama. The Majin version of Android 21 is an insanely sick character design, and she already has her own moveset that just needs to be constructed in a 3D format. She's also quite recent and new, so it just makes sense that they would add her as the playable character. She's definitely sick and a really good incentive to give a pre-order, so honestly, I'm gonna be strong here in my opinion that I'm just gonna slide Android 21 over into the secret character slot. The thing that has not been stated yet, secret playable character gonna take up a roster spot, or is it just gonna be something that has its own thing? Clearly the 6 early unlocked characters take up slots, so those are already filled. If you really want to get technical, we can actually go to the DBZ movies and try to guess those characters as well. I do think it's highly unlikely that these characters particularly make the roster, but they would make great DLC. Salsa, Fasha, and Garlic Jr. and Super Garlic Jr. Perleys and Lord Slug would actually take up 2 spots. Base Form Cooler would take up a spot, as well as Final Form Cooler, and along with Meta Cooler, so 3 slots for Cooler. Android 13 and Super Android 13 would take up 2 slots. Base Form Bojack and Super Full Power Bojack, as well as Zanga, would actually take up 3 slots. Base Form Geneva and Super Geneva would take up 2 slots. Sin Shinron would take away 1 slot. Omega Shinron would take away 1 slot, and Nova Shinron would take away an additional slot, so 3 slots for him. Super 17 would take up a slot as well as Baby Vegeta. Super Baby 1 and 2 would take up 2 slots, as well as Grade 8 Baby. And of course, I got you guys to fill in the blanks down below, and yeah, we're gonna try to solve the problem with, because these roster spots are going to get really toxic really fast, and we have no clue who on earth is going to be on this roster. We are definitely still a ways away from this game, but we are getting this much closer to, you know, completion when it comes to the roster. And October will be here sooner than later, guys. We just got to hold on a little bit long. So honestly, this is just a rough prediction of what the roster would be day 1, as well as DLC, but we can't really guess DLC because we're not even close to even getting the entire roster. I think I might have missed 2 or 3 slots. I can't really remember. If you guys probably know, leave it down in the comments down below. I know there's 2 or 3 additional slots that I could have added for it was DBZ for sure. I forgot which one it was. I know you guys will probably, you know, point that out down in the comments. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Sparking Zero is getting closer and closer as the days go by. If you guys want to see more anime videos, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I have another anime video on the screen for you guys right here, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.